Hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Dunn Creative. For today's pick a card, I'm asking, what do I need to focus on right now? And this is a message from your guides and angels. So feel free to pick between piles number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And just remember that this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, you can pick another pile, click off the video, or just let the information sit for a while, because sometimes we don't have life quite as figured out as we think we do. And because this is what's upcoming, we may not have a grasp on this information yet. And once you've picked your pile or piles, go ahead and find the timestamp below in the description box for the number you selected. All right, let's get started with pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1. So your angels are letting me know that you guys have had quite a hard time of it lately. Kind of almost like you've just been go, 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 work, 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 and you haven't taken much time for yourself. And coming up, you need to start focusing on how strong you are in your strengths and take time, tranquility, take time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude. Indulge in some self-care. You're busy caring for other people or just working too hard, and you've kind of just let your self-care routine slide a little. And if that doesn't resonate, maybe it's your inner world that you've let slide. You've forgotten that inner power, and you just feel like, you need to do all these things right now, right now, right now. But you don't. You can take your time, take a deep breath, be patient, just take your time, because this 10 of water is just like the 10 of cups. It's a content and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Just take your time and be very patient, because the reward is this completely emotionally fulfilling life that you've really been desiring for a long time. You deserve it and you've earned it, but before you can get here, you need to take as best of care of yourself as you can. Really get in touch with what it is that you want in life and the direction you're going, because a lot of times, many of us are just, kind of treading water and reacting to what's happening around us instead of being proactive and making those things happen. We're just reacting to what's happening and what other people are having, throwing in our path. So if you can just sit down, get in touch with that inner power, that inner light, meditate, take time to, take a bath and, do a skincare routine, do a hair mask, do something to, treat yourself and, really get in touch with what you want, because you have this inner power to get things done. And you've been getting a lot of things done, but it may not seem fulfilling because you've just been pushing yourself too hard. And some others of you may not have been pushing yourself so hard, but you've just been having all these big goals and dreams and things that you want to do, but you just don't even know which step to take first. And the very first step that your angels and guides are saying to take is, treat yourself. Really focus on you and what you plan to get out of life. And once you can know the direction you're going, you're halfway there, because so many people are just directionless and don't really know what they want. So when you can get in touch with what you want, you're halfway there. And just be patient, because nothing good ever came out of a microwave. You can't just have this overnight sensation. And even the people that look like, they became famous overnight or they accomplished all these things overnight, you don't see all the hundreds and if not thousands of hours of hard work they put in behind the scenes, just barely getting recognized or just barely getting this idea off the ground. So if you can just, really get in touch with that power, everything that you want is possible and will be possible. Just get in touch with yourself, ask yourself what you want, be patient, and there it is. All right, thank you so much, group number 1. I hope that resonated. Please leave me a comment letting me know your situation. I love to hear what you guys are doing and if it actually resonated, because that helps me tailor these readings in the future. Thank you so much. Okay, group number 2, this is your reading. And you guys had an extra card pop out. So your angels have quite a bit they want to tell you, it looks like. Okay. Already I feel like a lot of you have kind of just been going through the motions and haven't really been honest with yourself. Both of these cards are kind of dealing with that. And also even this one, letting go of small thoughts. Be honest with yourself. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. A lot of you had some challenging things come up and some delays or changes to plans that you've had recently, and it may have hurt because you may have been planning for these things to happen and then they didn't happen, or they did happen but not the way that you had hoped they would happen. And a lot of it is because you weren't honest with yourself about what you were hoping to get out of the situation. And a lot of you are even really hard on yourselves and, have these small thoughts about yourself. Like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve that anyway. So of course nothing ever goes my way. But that's not the case. Anything that you want is possible if you can just get yourself in that right mindset and, get on the same wavelength as what it is that you want. And then it will be possible. And you guys do have this strength, this great inner strength. And, a lot of times your biggest enemy is yourself. And you don't have to keep holding that against yourself. You can forgive yourself and be compassionate and move forward without, keeping holding this grudge against yourself and even other people in this situation. Especially if you're blaming someone else for what happened, or, oh, that should have been me and this guy's, getting all these accolades. I think a lot of us, operate on this keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Joneses mentality, and, we're striving and striving and striving, and a lot of us don't know why we're striving for these things that we may not even want. And, get honest with yourself and just really sit down and think about and get clear on what it is that you want out of this situation. Because I feel like, whatever has transpired here, delays or changes to these plans that you've had, is actually a really good thing, because it's something that wouldn't have been in your best interest, or it was still you kind of playing small, thinking, oh, it would be nice to do this one thing or have this nice house or do these things, but, oh, I don't deserve it, so I'll kind of settle for this other thing. And no, you don't need to settle in this situation. And you would have been settling if things would have gone according to plans. So I really hope that you dig deep and really get honest with what it is that you want out of this situation, because either the situation isn't right for you or the way that you were trying to have it happen wasn't the best way for it to happen for your highest good. And I think deep down what it is that you want. You just haven't been, again, honest with yourself about it, or, denying, I'm not good enough. And a lot of us feel that way, but if you can really find that inner power and that inner strength and get clear on what you want, you can have that and anything beyond your wildest dreams. So just tap into that inner strength and just know that when things don't work out, it's because it wasn't meant for us. Because the things that are meant for us, wild horses couldn't take them away. If it's meant for you, it will always be. So just keep that in mind as you deal with these delays and changes to plans that you've had. And if this event hasn't happened yet, but you're thinking, oh, it could be this one thing I really want to do, maybe this thing you're planning it may not be the thing itself, but the way you're trying to go about it. If you can just really pray about it or meditate on it, I think you can come up with a better solution than the one you have currently planned out. So thank you so much, and I hope this resonated, and please leave me a comment letting me know. I love to hear what's going on in your lives and how this pertains to you. So please drop me a comment, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for checking the video out. All right, bye. Okay, group number 3, this is your reading. And you guys had quite a few cards pop out, so your guides and angels have quite a bit to say today. Okay, so for this reading, I'm getting 2 very distinct groups of people. The first group of you, well, for all of you, things are happening so fast right now. It seemed like, things you're just trying to push forward and move forward and move forward, and things weren't really happening. But all of a sudden, everything's happening all at once, and it's just becoming really, really overwhelming. And this is where you guys kind of branch off, because half of you have been too self-reliant, and you're trying to do it all, and everything's just coming at you at once, and you just can't do it all, and you do need to ask for help from other people. And then the other half of you has kind of just been letting things happen to you, and you do need to rely on yourself more, because you are more powerful than you're giving yourself credit for in the situation. So those 2 distinct paths, whichever one you fit into, you can kind of move forward in the reading about this. But a lot of you have been really kind of dwelling on the negative things in life, and what we put our energy towards expands. So if we're really dwelling on all these horrible things that are happening in our lives, we're just really attracting more of that into our lives. And I know it's really hard when you're just in this totally negative headspace to get out of that instantly. It's not easy. But if you can just try to be the observer of your thoughts instead of the thoughts themselves, because we are not our thoughts. A lot of times we think, this bad guy in my head, that's me. It's not you. That's your ego, and you are not your ego. You are your soul, and your soul is nothing but pure love and would never talk to you the way you talk to yourself in your head. So that voice is not you. So if you can hear that voice and listen to that voice, but just be on the other end, just listening and observing, and not leeching onto these negative thoughts that this voice is saying about you and others and the situation you're in, then you can try to step out of that, and then try to focus on things that you desire to happen in the situation. In as much detail as you can, think of your desired outcome, because the more you can visualize the outcome that you want, the closer you become to that. And you're kind of coming up on the end of this crazy cycle, and a lot of you do feel, I need a vacation, and it's coming at this perfect time. If you have kids, school's letting out soon, and summer's starting, and there's just a lot of fun and exciting things that are coming up, and an unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. Something you've been really wanting to happen or to get off the ground is going to start gaining momentum. With these events occurring at great speed, it may seem like for some of you too that I've waited so long and just push forward, and nothing's really working. And then all of a sudden it's like this barrier breaks and you're just flowing. You're speeding ahead and everything's happening. And for a lot of us, that's a good thing. But for others of us, when you need to take time and press pause and just really get in touch with what direction is my life going in, and where do I fit into all of this? It can be overwhelming when things are just going at the speed of light, and you just need to stand in one spot for a minute and take a breath, and that's okay. And I think you really would benefit from taking a break. Even if you have been trying to get these things to happen and they haven't happened yet, if you do take that break, when you come back and approach it with a fresh, fully charged battery, that's when things are really going to start moving forward from you. And a lot of you, you've been teaching people or have these kids in your life that whether you're their parent, you're their aunt or uncle, their teacher, just, children that live on your street. A lot, I don't know if a lot of you have noticed, but there's been a lot of children or even somebody's inner child. You see a lot of people's inner children coming out that needs nurturing, and you have a gift of helping these people, whether they are actual children or somebody's inner child coming to you for advice. You have a gift of helping these people through whatever it is that they've got going on. With the self-reliance card and all these negative things, a lot of us throw these inner tantrums, so it wouldn't hurt you to get in touch with your inner child as well and just really figure out, what is this inner child needing from me at this point, because your angels and guides really stress that. I mean, this is one of these cards that fell out with the rest, and it's important for you to focus on now, but don't feel overwhelmed. Just, even if you can't take an actual, vacation, if you could just take a day just to get away from it all and just to do something you really love, or just to do nothing at all, I think it would really benefit you at this point. So thank you so much for checking this out, and I hope this resonated, and let me know in the comments how this pertains to your life, because I love hearing what you guys have going on, and I just love to hear from you. So thank you so much for checking out the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you come back. Thanks. Bye. Okay, group number 4. What do your guides and angels need you to know right now? And an extra card did come out for you guys as well. So just like group number 3, it looks like you guys have a lot going on in your lives right now. You're really busy, you're really stressed out. Too much is going on with this 2 of Earth. You need to make a decision and consider a more playful approach. It seems like a lot of you have been just really serious and grinding, trying to get things done, or, really dwelling on the things that aren't working. And your angels just want you to step out of that and remember that they are with you, and the only way they can really truly help you is if you ask them. So, even if you say a silent prayer in your head, whichever situation you're in, just say, oh, guides, angels, whatever, if you have their names or you know who they are, or God, whatever it is that you want to speak to, you just speak out. Even if you just say it in your head, I could really use help with this situation. I need guidance. Please help me. And then you'll start seeing miracles happen in your life, because we have what's called free will, and we can't just expect, we have these guides and guardian angels and spirit guides and stuff, but we can't expect them to just stop and do all these things for us. We have to ask them. So if you can ask them for help, I can see that a lot of you will greatly benefit from that. A lot of you have this new exciting endeavor that you've been planning, or has just kind of occurred to you recently. Some of you are changing jobs, some of you are moving different states, or even just to a different house, but you soon, if this hasn't happened yet, you're soon going to be getting news that, we got the house, oh, we're getting the car, we're starting that business, whatever the case is for you. You're going to get some exciting news regarding that situation, and use your originality and ingenuity, because I think you guys can find a really creative way to make this thing happen. And a lot of you have, I think, been stressed out about money, and if you can get yourself, in that right mindset, ask for help, know that you have everything you need within yourself, and anything that we feel we need external is just because we don't feel fulfilled on the inside. And I know living in this 3D material world, you do need money to survive and to be able to pay your bills, and it's just easier said than done. We can't just live in the clouds and be like, I have everything I need on the inside. I mean, it doesn't work that way in this 3D plane at this current time. It's just not the way our systems and our societies are set up. But if you can know, within that you are fulfilled and You don't need anything outside of yourself. That's when you become in alignment with money flowing in and resources and help from other people flowing in. I think a lot of you are going to have this person come into your life if you don't know them already, or maybe someone at work or a customer, or just someone you even overhear their conversation in the grocery store or something. But it's almost like they're bringing you a message from somebody that you love that has passed away. Or even if you have a loved one that sends you feathers or pennies or, what have you, you're going to be getting a message from this person soon. If you haven't already, I don't think this has happened yet, but you're going to get a message so custom to you that you will know without a shadow of a doubt that is this person reaching out to you. And I think it's about a 50-50 split. I feel an older female energy for a lot of you, and then a younger male energy for some of you as well. And there are, anywhere in between for others of you. But my viewership at this point is so small that I can really strongly feel this older female energy stepping forward, grandmotherly energy, and then a younger brotherly, friendly type energy stepping forward as well. And they just wanted to let you know, we're good to go. We're fine. We're great. We see what's going on in your lives. We're proud of you. Don't work so hard. You don't have to push so hard. You already are. We are human beings, not human doings. So if we need to step back, just be. That is okay. We're living in this society where, you have to post so many times a day, or the algorithm doesn't recognize you as a person anymore, or you got to work and hustle and grind and do all these things. But we weren't ever meant to do that. We were meant to be able to, in a perfect world, we're meant to be able to just breathe and just be and do the things that bring us joy. But, because we are living in the society that we are, the competition and every man for himself, and I have to be on top, we don't always get to do that. But, this passed over loved one and, your guides and angels in general are just letting you know it's okay to take a step out of the ring for a little while and just recalibrate, recharge your batteries, and just be. Just go for a hike, just breathe in the fresh air and just allow yourself some time to not do anything. Because I think a lot of you have been working hard and have been stressed, and then the money. If you can just recharge yourself, that's when everything will start flowing again for you. So yeah, I think that's all I'm getting, but I really hope this resonated, and let me know in the comments what's going on with you guys and your personal situation. You don't have to get too personal, but just let me know if this resonated and what it means to you. And I really, really hope this helped. And thank you so much. And I really, really hope you come back to the Dunn Creative. Thank you so much. All right, bye. Okay, group number 5. Last but not least, we did have an extra card pop out for you guys as well. I think, I don't remember which one or two. One of those was the only group that didn't have an extra card pop out. So your guides and angels have a lot to say. All of these groups have a lot to say for you guys. So, okay. You guys have been busy and stressed out. It looks like a lot of you are kind of coming out of the worst is behind you, and these new experiences are coming up on the horizon for you, and it looks really good coming up. But a lot of you have been struggling, if not physically, mentally, and it feels like a lot of you have been pushing other people away. I feel like somebody's recently broken up with someone, or just had a really big falling out with a friend or family member, and it's okay to allow yourself to grieve that situation, because, and for a lot of you, I don't think it's the complete end of that relationship, but for others of you, it definitely is. You need to allow yourself some time to grieve what happened. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that. My battery totally died while I was off on some crazy tangent, so I will try to backtrack and see where I was before it stopped filming. I think what I was saying was a lot of you, need to allow yourselves time to grieve this person or situation. And again, it doesn't have to be an actual person. It could just be a situation, a job. But I'm really getting, for a lot of you, it is a relationship. But just allow yourself time to heal and grieve about it. And I think this is just like a collective thing, because even in my last pick a card reading, the What is Your Life Purpose, a lot of people are dealing with inner child issues and needing to go within and meditate and really get real with themselves. I think it has something to do with Saturn and K2 conjunction. And I do follow Vedic astrology, not Western. So in Vedic astrology, it is in Sagittarius, which, the Saturn K2 conjunction is really shaking up our belief systems and even how we feel about ourselves. K2 is this past life energy. If you don't believe in past lives, just the past in this life, your inner child. A lot of us are dealing with healing issues and needing to really get real with ourselves on what it is that we plan to do here in this life, because a lot of people right now are just kind of feeling like this is it. Why even bother having this life? Like, what's the point? And you see a lot of celebrities committing suicide, or just people in your life, or people who know people who know people who are just wanting to find an end to it all, because there just feels like there is no meaning. And maybe I do feel like a good handful of you who picked group number 5 here have been dealing with depression or suicidal thoughts, or just even not so much suicidal, but just feeling that almost apathy about life. Like, what's the point? What's the point? Or people who have been really struggling with this. This new Dawn card, that most horrible stuff is coming up so we can deal with it. And a lot of us can't. On top of everything going on in our day-to-day lives, we're just struggling to keep up with just the day-to-day. We don't have time to deal with buried childhood traumas and past life issues. A lot of us don't have the time. We're busy. We got things going on. But this is the perfect time to get in touch with yourself and really figure out what it is you need to heal so you can move forward. Because once you can heal those fractured pieces of yourself and you can integrate them into what you're planning to do and who you are, there's no stopping you. If you can heal those fractured pieces, it's like you just become this almost superhuman that can just, make all your wildest dreams come true. And then you do have this I'm the Angel of Abundance card, Serena. A lot of you have been struggling with money, or, where are we going to get the money to do this? And I think it was group number 4 that also had, some money struggles going on. But, God's in charge of what's happening. And a lot of times when we are down and out and with our last dollar scraping the bottom of the barrel, when, we can get out of that and we're on the other side of it, we can look back and see what lessons that taught. I mean, there are a lot of rich lessons to be learned when we are at our lowest point. I mean, you guys are coming out of that. You won't have to worry about that anymore. And if the whole money problem doesn't resonate, it just could be feeling like money is running your life in some way, or you're working for money, but what's the point? It'll be different for each of you, but just have faith, because things are really looking up for you guys. If you have been through the ringer, the breakup, losing your house, there's loss here. Even if someone has died, someone you love close to you has passed away, just because we die doesn't mean we actually die. I mean, we just transfer our energy into a different form, and that person, you can talk to that person all the time if you want, because they can hear you. And it may feel like a one-sided conversation a lot of time, but they're still there. They're just in a different form, in a different dimension, and you have access to them anytime you want. It may not feel like it's real or like you're talking to the thin air, but they're there and they can hear you. But yeah, whatever situation you guys have been through, my heart does go out to you, and I pray that you can find the peace that you so desperately seek, because once you can find some peace and just really start figuring out, okay, this all happened, now where do we go from here? you're gonna come out on the other end of this so beautifully that you're gonna look back and really, it'll be painful for a lot of you, but a lot of you will look back and think, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be probably somewhere over here doing this other thing. And you guys have this. You guys are strong, and if you can get in touch with that inner child and look inside yourself and heal these traumas, you have nowhere to go but up. And this New Dawn card is just this beautiful new beginning. It's this rainbow after the storm, and Spirit has your back. You can ask for help from your guides, angels, past over loved ones, God, whoever you want to talk to. They're there and they're listening, and they can't help us if we don't ask. They can't invade our free will. So if you want help, even if you just say it in your head, I really need help, you need to give them permission to help you, and then they can help you. But you guys are going to be coming out on the other end of this looking pretty good. So don't worry. Please, please don't worry. And just know, even if you are in the thick of this energy, take a deep breath, because you are beautiful and you are magical and you are an infinite fractal of the infinite source that is God. And there is no stopping you. The biggest thing that stops us is our belief systems. I like to shorten that to BS, because a lot of our belief systems are complete BS, based on what we were told by our parents or grandparents or society at large. We are bigger and more magical than we've ever been led to believe. And if you can just know that and find that spark within yourself and heal through this situation, there is no stopping you. So you guys, I just want to give you guys a hug. I feel like so many of you have just been through it. But you guys, you got this, and just keep holding on, because that new dawn's coming if it hasn't started already. So you guys are strong, and you guys can get through this. So thank you so much for checking this out. I really hope it resonated, and please do drop me a comment. I would love to hear how this pertains to your life, and you don't have to get too personal, but just let me know that it helped you in some way, so that I can kind of gauge what kind of readings are the best to do. So thank you so much, group number 5, and I'm giving you that big hug right now. I hope you can feel it. All right, thank you guys. And thank everybody so much for checking these out. Thank you so much for all the nice comments. It just brings me such joy to know that, each and every one of you that have commented or messaged me privately to let me know what's going on. Oh, it makes me feel good to know that I can make even just a small difference in your day, because that's why I do this. I hope you come back to the Dunn Creative, because I have plenty more of these planned, and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Okay, bye!